Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan, ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
For something big.
Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWBR FM. Music, arts, physical education, and health. Mga aralin na dapat malaman, inyong tututukan dito sa 106.3 Dance Radio. Ang istasyong nagbibigay ng edukasyon kahit saan man at ang silid-aralan sa radyo. 106.3 DWBR FM. Sa MAPEH, learning is amazing.
Okay, good morning and a blessed Monday to everyone. Let's start this new episode of MAPEH Quest with a brighter outlook. Every moment we will spend together will give us the opportunity to learn new knowledge, skills, and deepen our love for our culture in the Philippines through the music and arts of Mindanao. So I am Ma'am Monica G. Limpin, your moderator for today, and with me are our discussants, Sir Joshel M. Guillermo and Ma'am Alegria G. Domingsil. Ayan, before we move on, I want to greet our supportive officer in charge and Chief Education Supervisor, Dr. Rodrigo V. Pascua, and to all our head teachers, especially to Sir Leo Bernardo at sa aming master teacher, Sir Francis Maneja. Shout out also to all the teachers and staff of Doña Aurora National High School, and of course sa aming mga mapamilya dyan na walang sawang nakatutok at nakasuporta. Hello also to all the parents at sa aming mga masisipag na estudyante ng grade 7, kagaya na lamang ng 7 Aguinaldo, Archimedes, Bonifacio, Del Pilar, Galileo, Jacinto, Cultura, Lapu-Lapu, Luna, Mabini, Newton, Rizal, Sining, Sulaiman, SPJ, and Zamora. Kayo ang bida ngayon, kaya magpabida kayo, okay? Ayan, tayo na ay nasa third quarter, week 1 sa pag-aaral ngayong school year na to. Napakabilis talaga, kaya naman magsipag tayong lalo kasi papatapos na tayo. Ayan, bago tayo magsimula, kayo ay aming inaanyayahan na mag-join sa ating Zoom link para mas interactive ang ating pag-aaral ngayong umaga. So, sinend na ng inyong mga MAPEH teachers ang link or code ng ating Zoom sa inyong mga group chats at makikita rin naman natin sa ating comment section ang link or code ng ating group chat. Kung kayo ay naka-join sa ating Zoom, kayo ay may chance na manalo ng 50 pesos load or GCash. Kaya ano pang hinahantay nyo? Mag-join na kayo. Ayaw nyo ba ng load? 50 pesos din nyo, di ba? At ito ang ating meeting ID nasa monitor, 868-2867-4148 at ang passcode DANCE RBI. So para naman sa mga nakikinig sa kanilang mga radyo, panatilihing nasa ligtas at maayos kayong lugar na mas maging makabuluhan ang ating pag-aaral ngayong araw na ito. At syempre sa mga hindi maka-join ng Zoom, okay, mag-flood kayo ng heart reacts sa ating live at mag-comment kayo ng inyong section kasama ang ating hashtag for today, Music Arts of Mindanao. Ayan, ang ating episode ngayon ay kakaiba sapagkat dalawang components ng MAPEH ang ating tatalakayin. Atin munang pag-aaralan ang ating aralin sa music. Sir Joshel, ano nga ba ang mga objectives ng first part ng ating episode ngayong araw na ito?
Okay, Ma'am Monica, bago dyan kay Sir Joshel, gusto ko lang munang batiin ang ating kasama sa MAPEH ng happy birthday kay Ma'am Ana Marie. Happy birthday, Ma'am Ana Marie.
Yes, Ma'am,
Yeah,
happy
happy
birthday.
birthday, Ma'am.
Thank you sa papansit at sa pizza, Ma'am Ana Mary.
Ayan, so thank you Ma'am Monica and Ma'am Ale. So here are our objectives for Music 7. So at the end of the episode, the students are expected to number 1, describe the musical characteristics of representative selections from Mindanao. Number 2, identify the musical instruments and other sound sources of representative music selections from Mindanao. And number 3, analyze the musical elements of some Mindanao vocal and instrumental music. Back to you, Ma'am Monica.
Yes, thank you Sir Joshel. So yun yung ating mga mapag-aaralan ngayong umaga. So, sa pagkakataong ito, atin nang pakinggan ang ating RBI lesson sa Music 7. Huwag kayong aalis dahil marami pa tayong sorpresang gagawin mamaya pagkatapos ng ating RBI airing. Enjoy listening!
Music, arts, physical education, and health. Mga aralin na dapat malaman, inyong tututukan dito sa Dance Radio. Ang istasyong magbibigay ng edukasyon kahit saan. Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Totonia Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela. Ang silid-aralan sa radyo. 106.3 DWDR-FM. Dance Radio. Sa MAPEH, learning is amazing.
Good day, dear learners! I am glad to be with you in a 30-minute broadcast. I hope that you will enjoy our interesting topic. Please get your writing materials and learning activity sheets so we can start our lesson in Music 7. The learning activity sheets provide you different activities that will help you become familiar with the topics or lessons for today. Assistance of your parents, siblings, or relatives is encouraged in answering the learning activity sheets, particularly in the activities where you need to perform tasks. Are you ready to start?
Yes, Ma'am! We are ready!
Good luck! Did you enjoy the music of Cordillera, Mindanao, Palawan, and Visayas from our previous lesson?
Yes, Ma'am!
Very nice! At the end of this lesson, you're expected to describe the musical characteristics of representative selections from Mindanao. Identify the musical instruments and other sound sources of representative music selections from Mindanao. Analyze the musical elements of some Mindanao vocal and instrumental music and perform music from Mindanao with own accompaniment. At this time, you are going to listen to a music. Listen very well because questions about the music will be asked later on. Are you ready to listen?
Yes, Ma'am!
Here is the music. You have just heard the music. Do you like it?
Yes, Ma'am!
What can you say about the music being played?
That is a music from Mindanao, Ma'am!
You are right. Another answer, please.
Music from Mindanao is very interesting because of its unique sound that comes from their instrument, ma'am.
Very good answer. Music from Mindanao is very special and interesting because of the unique sound. Come from a very unique instrument of their own. That is the so-called kulintang.
Kulintang, ma'am?
Yes, kulintang. A kulintang is a set of gongs, topped by a small mallet. This is somehow synonymous with the music of Cordillera, which also use gongs. But what makes the music of Mindanao unique?
Ma'am, the music of Mindanao is unique the way they played the gongs. The timbre and texture of the sound is very pleasing to the ears of the listeners.
Very good! The coastal and lowland areas of western Mindanao are homes of the Islamic cultures, folk culture, and court music dating way back in the 10th century or even much earlier are integrated in the musical traditions of the pre-Islamic culture. Islamic music is characterized by a highly subtle organization of melody and rhythm, in which the vocal component predominates over the instrumental. It is based on the skill of the individual artist, who is both composer and performer, and who benefits from a relatively high degree of artistic freedom. Muslim Tausug tells the story of the Sultan through the traditional lugu. This time we are going to listen to a song titled Lugo. Just heard the song titled Lugo. This song has been a part of the repertoire of courts of the Sultan and even the Islam religion. The Lugo is an important musical highlight during the feast of Muhammad. The Lugo is sung solo in free and slow tempo because of the subdued singing. The pulse is almost not felt. Ornaments such as trills and mordant enrich and enliven the melody. The performer, usually a female, texture is mainly homophonic, using a clear melody line over a subordinate chordal accompaniment. But counterpoint was by no means forgotten, especially later in the period. Before we continue, let's have an infomercial.
Ano ang pinaka-naalala ninyo tungkol sa ating aralin sa music?
Ang pag-awit ng mga katutubong awitin sa iba't ibang lugar sa Pilipinas at sa buong mundo.
Tama! Minsan nga, nakakatuwa ang mga awitin na gumagamit ng iba't ibang lengguwahe. Pero ang saya-saya, di ba?
Hindi natin nalilimutan ang mga linya sa mga awitin. Nakatatak ang mga ito sa ating puso.
Sitsiritsit, alibangbang, sa laginto, sa lagubang, ang babae sa lansangan, kung gumiri parang tandang. O di ba? Alam na alam ko pa.
Sa true, Beshi. Ito naman sa akin. Rasa sayang rasa sayang hey, lihat no na jaun, rasa sayang
Napakanta rin ba kayo habang pinakikinggan ang himig?
Hi! Kay sarap namang balikan ang ating mga natutunan.
Pinalakas ng musika ang ating mga pandamdam. Inaantig ang ating damdamin at ibinabalik ang mga alaala.
Ang musika ay isang katangi-tanging elemento sa mundo na nagbibigay at patuloy na magbibigay kulay sa ating buhay.
Isang mensahe mula sa MAPEH Learning Area at ng himpilang ito.
Kayo nakikinig sa Music Grade 7. Kasama si Teacher Nina Jenny Sigilyan.
I'm back! Let us now discuss the musical instruments and other sound sources of representative music selections from Mindanao. The uniqueness of the cultures and his or her musical practices that make up the larger Islamic society in Mindanao and Sulu belongs to one single tradition. They have two types of musical instruments. These are kulintang and bamboo ensemble. Let us discuss first the kulintang ensemble. What is kulintang ensemble?
Ma'am, kulintang ensemble is a gong-based ensemble used by the Maguindanao and Maranao of Western Mindanao, the Tausug, the Yakan, and the Samabadjao of the Sulu archipelago.
Correct! They have varied functions but are mostly used for celebrations and rituals. And they are mainly divided into two types. What are those types?
Ma'am, first is kulintangan. And the other one is tahunggo, agong, salmagi, and blowon semagi.
Exactly! How about the second type of their musical instrument?
Ma'am, the second type of their musical instrument is bamboo ensemble.
That's right! What can you say about bamboo ensemble?
Ma'am, according to Philippine legends, the first man and woman are born out of bamboo. Bamboo is also considered among early Filipinos as a spiritual connection from our physical world to the spiritual world.
Amazing answer! Many bamboos were made for this purpose, while some were also used for entertainment and personal expression. What are the different manners in playing bamboo instruments?
Ma'am, the different manners in playing bamboo instruments are blowing, shaking or hitting, and lacking.
You get it right! Bamboo ensemble are also divided into two types. What are these?
Ma'am, the bamboo ensemble are also divided into two types. And these are gabang and serong gagandi.
Very good! They also have solo instruments. What are these instruments?
Ma'am, these instruments are hudyapi and suling.
That's right! Before we continue, let's have an infomercial.
COVID-19 has caused loss of lives and economic hardship all over the world. It has changed our habits and the way we live while testing our public health systems and impacting on our livelihoods. With this, the role of environmental health practitioner has never been more vital as we face up to the ongoing challenges this pandemic. Many changes are about to happen for a greener environment, more equal and more stabilized economy. COVID-19 pandemic has resulted numerous impacts on the environment and climate. But amid this crisis, we have a chance to build a better community and environment. Hashtag healthy environment. Hashtag healthy community.
Kayo nakikinig sa Music Grade 7. Kasama si Teacher Nina Jenny Sigilyan.
Open your learning activity sheets on page 2. Do activity 1 titled Describe Me.
Describe me.
Directions. Listen to the music titled Maguindanao Bangsamoro. Then choose description of the elements based on the music selection. Write the letter of your answers on a separate sheet of paper. At this time, let's proceed to activity 2 titled Film Viewing or Music Listening.
Film viewing or music listening.
Directions. Search the link written below in your learning activity sheets. Listen and observe carefully the music and the instruments being used in the recording titled Sanlibutan.
Sanlibutan.
By ang grupong Pendong. Enumerate the instruments used in the music. For your next activity, activity 3, titled Analyze Me.
Analyze me.
Directions. Focus on the musical elements as you watch and listen to the video titled Wow Mindanao!
Wow Mindanao! Dito ang mga tao bumabati na may ngiti sa labi. Wow Mindanao!
Answer the following questions briefly but substantially. These are the guide questions. Number 1. What is the time signature used in the music Wow Mindanao? Is it simple or compound? Number 2. From the piece, what kind of note was commonly used? Number 3. Describe the range of the song. What is the melodic direction of the song? Number 4. After watching the video, what did you feel? Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Do all the activities in your most convenient time after the broadcast. For your performance task, do activity 4 titled My Concert.
My concert.
Directions. Watch and listen to the video titled Chavacano.
Chavacano.
After watching the performance, use any instrument to accompany the song. Record your performance using a video or recording device or gadget and submit it to your respective MAPEH teacher through messenger, email, or any modes of submission. Remember, your performance will be graded based on the following rubrics on page 2 of your learning activity sheets. I'll be right back after an infomercial.
Naku, malapit na ang pasahan ng outputs.
Retrieval time na naman. Narito ang mga dapat mong tandaan sa pagpasa ng outputs mo, Kadonyan.
Tiyaking nakasulat ang iyong pangalan sa bawat subject na iyong ipapasa.
Oops, huwag ding kalimutang isulat ang iyong seksyon kung saan ka kabilang.
Mahalagang lagyan din ng label na Week 1,
Week 2, 3 o 4 ang iyong outputs kung anong aralin
at bilang nito upang malaman ng guro kung kumpleto ang iyong ipinasang outputs sa bawat linggo. Kadonyan!
Maaari, isulat din ang pangalan ng iyong guro sa bawat subject.
Kung may color coding, sundin ito upang madaling malaman ng iyong advisor at maibigay sa tamang guro.
Paghiwalayin ang mga sagutang papel sa bawat subject.
Huwag paghaluin ang iyong mga sagot sa dalawang subject sa iisang papel.
Kung masusunod mo ang mga ito, tiyak ang mga guro ay hindi malilito.
Sa pagpasa ng mga outputs, tiyaking maayos at organisado.
Ayusin ang output batay sa mga sumusunod na bawat aralin.
Una, sagot ng mga gawain. Pangalawa, refleksyon.
Pangatlo, lingguhang pagtataya.
At pang-apat, summative test kung mayroon.
Isang paalala mula sa pamunuan ng Doña Aurora National High School at ng istasyong ito. Kayo nakikinig sa Music Grade 7. Kasama si Teacher Nina Jenny Sigilian.
I'm back! Before we end up our discussion, let me check if you really understood our lesson for today. What can you say about the music of Mindanao?
Ma'am, the music of Mindanao is characterized by the sacred rituals and practices and made more passionate and vibrant by the music that accompanies them.
You are correct! Another answer, please?
Ma'am, the uniqueness of their cultures and the musical practices that make up the larger Islamic society in Mindanao and Sulu belong to one single tradition.
Amazing answer! What are the two types of Mindanao musical instruments?
Ma'am, the two types of Mindanao musical instruments are kulintang ensemble and bamboo ensemble.
Perfect! And they also have solo instruments. What are these solo instruments?
Ma'am, the two solo instruments are the kujapi and suling.
You are really doing good! For your last activity, reflection part, directions. Complete the following unfinished sentences. Number 1. My understanding about the music of Mindanao is that blank. 2. I realized that most of vocal music from Mindanao are blank. And 3. I learned that blank. Do all your activities in your most convenient time after the broadcast. Are you entertained with our lesson today?
Yes, ma'am.
You are really amazing. That's all for today, my dear learners. I hope you have learned a lot from our discussion. Do not forget to message your respective MAPEH teachers through their mobile phones or messenger chats if you have questions. I would like to acknowledge the teachers behind this RBI lesson. Teacher Monica G. Limpien, our script writer. Teacher Annalisa B. Versosa, our content editor. Teacher Jorlene B. Munar, our language editor. Teacher Arnel V. Lagasca, our technical specialist. And our overall quality assurance team, Ma'am Jacqueline L. Partible, Head Teacher 3 of the Filipino Learning Area. Sir Ferdinand G. Del Rosario, Head Teacher 3 of ESP Learning Area. Ma'am Emily C. Valenzuela, Head Teacher 3 of the Araling Panlipunan Learning Area. Sir Leonidas C. Bernardo, Head Teacher 3 of the MAPEH Learning Area. And Dr. Rodrigo V. Pascua, Chief Education Supervisor and Officer in charge of the school. This is your radio teacher, Teacher Nina Jenny C. Guillermo, saying, success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye. Coming up next is our RBI Live discussion.
Music, arts, physical education, and health. Mga aralin na dapat malaman. Inyong tututukan dito sa Dance Radio. Ang istasyong magbibigay ng edukasyon kahit saan. Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Totonia Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela. Ang silid-aralan sa radyo. 106.3 DWDR-FM. Dance Radio. Sa MAPEH, learning is amazing.
Dance Radio, silid-aralan sa radyo. Atid namin makabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta na magtulong-tulong. Sulong edukalidad, Dance Radio. Learning is amazing.
Hello! Kami ay muling nagbabalik. Napakinggan nga natin ang lesson natin sa RBI sa Music 7. Talaga namang wow, Mindanao! Pero bago yan, okay, atin munang ipapakita ang ating mga learners na naka-in sa ating Zoom meeting. Ayan, wow na wow, Ma'am Ali, di ba? Napakadami ng ating learners.
55, ma'am.
Yes,
55
meron
po yung
tayong
mga naka-join.
55 learners sa ating Zoom. Paki-open naman yung mga camera, mga anak, para makita natin ang bawat isa.
Yes, artista na kayo. Hello! Ayan.
Yan, nag-open na sila ng mga camera, ma'am.
Okay, thank you sa ating mga students na naka-live nga, na naka-in sa ating Zoom ngayon. Ayan, meron kayong chance na manalo ng 50 pesos load or GCash. Kaya naman, Ma'am Ale, ano kaya ang ating nakaraang aralin sa Music 7 noong nakaraang quarter?
Okay, Ma'am Monica. So bago tayo magsimula sa ating aralin ngayon, atin munang balikan ang ating napag-aralan ng last quarter ng Music 7. So, last quarter ay napag-aralan natin ang tungkol sa music of Cordillera, Mindoro, Palawan, and Visayas. So, tignan nga natin ngayon kung may naiwan pang mga kaalaman sa pamamagitan ng larong ito. So, let's get started with Tara. Review tayo. Okay. So, anong gagawin natin? You are going to arrange the jumbled letters and identify which place they originated. So, napakasimple lang yung gagawin ninyo. Aayusin nyo lang yung mga ginulong titik na ipapakita namin mamaya. So, para sa mga nasa Zoom, just click the raise hand button and then para ma-recognize kayo. And para doon sa mga nasa live stream, simply comment your answer doon sa chat box natin. Following the format, your name, item number, your answer, and of course, your grade and section. Ganun din ang nasa mga radio natin. Yung mga radio listeners natin, i-text lang ang inyong sagot sa 0955-681-3225. Same format, your name, item number, answer, and of course, your grade and section. So, handa na ba kayo? So, number 1. Okay, so number 1, nakikita ninyo sa screen. Jumbled letters, A, D, I, L, M, S, U, Y. So, ulitin ko. A, D, I, L, M, S, U, Y. So, what is your answer?
Okay, so i-comment nyo na ang inyong mga sagot. Mapa-Zoom, sa text, radio, dito sa ating live. Ayan, number 1. May mga sumagot na kaya, Ma'am Ale?
Paki-check mo nga, Ma'am Monica.
Okay, sa ating live, merong sumagot. At siya si Sarah Litan ng 7 Newton. Ang kanyang sagot ay salidumay. Meron din yung Rian May Ballesteros, Chris Miles Fabro, Jan Zoilo de Guzman, Ashley Dormondon. Tama nga bang kanyang sagot, Sir Joshel?
Kwan ma'am, bale, ang sasagutan po nila is yung 1, number 2, and number 3 na para mas mabilis tayo.
So,
Ayan, kung sino yung makakasagot na nung 1, 2, and 3 na sabay-sabay, sa mga nasa Zoom, mag-raise hand na lang kayo para ma-recognize kayo, para makapagsalita rin kayo, and mananalo kayo ng 50 pesos load.
Okay, so number 2. So number 2 na
ma'am.
tayo. So jumbled letters A, B, H, M, N.
And yung
Uulitin ko. A, B, H, M, N. So yun yung aayusin ninyo.
And yung number 3, ma'am.
And number 3, jumbled letters, meron tayong A, I, K, L, L, U. Uulitin ko, A, I, K, L, L, U. So what is your answer?
Yan. Sino makapagbibigay ng mga tatlong words na yan at kung saan nanggaling yung mga words na yan. So meron ba sa Zoom kung ang makapagbigay ng mga words na yan? Pwede lang mag-open ng microphone. Ayan, si Sarah Litan, naka-raise hand siya. Paki-unmute nga, Sarah Litan.
Number 1 po is salidumay, number 2 po is ambahan, and number 3 po is kulyay.
Yan, very good anak. So, saan nanggaling yung number 1 which is salidumay?
Saang place
Saang
ng
place
Pilipinas nanggaling ang
Paki-unmute
salidumay?
Mag-unmute ka, anak. Sarah Lee, mag-unmute ka. Saang place nanggaling yung salidumay?
Okay, tignan rin natin, sir. Baka may mga ibang sumagot.
Sige, pero tama yung mga sinabi niya mga
Yes.
words, ma'am. Pero kung saan nanggaling, yun yung hindi pa natin nakikita. Kasi yung sa instruction natin kanina, sasabihin yung mga words, tama yung mga sinabi niya, pero saang lugar nanggaling tong mga ito. Ayan, saan sila nag-originate. Ayan, nagsasilat ulit si Sarah Lee. Saan, ma'am? Ay, saan po? Naka-unmute ka na naman, anak. Ayan, i-consider na ba natin yung sagot niya, ma'am?
Okay, pwede, Sir Joshel. Maaari nyo ring i-comment sa ating comment box, sa ating live, ang inyong mga sagot
Yes.
kung saan nanggaling ang salidumay, ambahan, at kulyal.
Okay, so tama yung mga sagot niya, ma'am. So, ang mga ito, yung mga words na yan, so yung salidumay, ayan, next slide, sir. Ayan, yung salidumay nanggaling sa Cordillera, yung ambahan sa Mindoro, and yung number 3 is yung kulyal, nanggaling siya sa Palawan. Ma'am Ale?
Okay, correct. So, talaga namang napaka-active at ang gagaling ng ating mga grade 7 learners. So, ngayon naman, may ipaparinig kaming isang awitin at inyong sasabihin kung ano ang inyong nararamdaman at ano sa palagay ninyo ang ibig sabihin ng kantang ito.
Okay, paki-play. Ay, sir. So, narinig natin yung kantang pinamagatang Dayang-Dayang. Ma'am Ale and Ma'am Monica, familiar ba kayo dyan sa kantang yan? And saan ninyo madalas ito naririnig, ma'am?
Yes, Sir Joshel, familiar ako sa kantang yan at madalas kong naririnig ito sa mga kasalan. How about Ma'am Ale? Saan mo naririnig?
Yes, Ma'am Monica, usually, mostly sa kasalan, yung sinasayaw nila at kinakanta nila. Actually, may marami ding version na naririnig, na meron din mga ibang version na akong naririnig ng Dayang-Dayang na yan.
Ayan. So, tama kayo, ma'am. Yan ay madalas na sinasayaw sa mga kasalan. So, sa mga mag-aaral natin na nasa Zoom, ano ang inyong naramdaman at ano sa palagay ninyo yung ibig sabihin ng kantang ito? So, may I ask from the Zoom kung meron bang merong makapag-share ng kanyang naramdaman while listening dun sa kantang Dayang-Dayang. So, may I ask anyone from the Zoom kung sinong gustong mag-recite? Meron ba?
Just raise your hands.
Mag-raise hand lang, pindutin lang yung raise hand. Yan. So may I call on Sanjiro Nitura? Nakikita ko siya ngayon sa Zoom eh. Yan, bigla siyang nagulat. Ayan, ano yung naramdaman mo anak nung napakinggan mo yung kanta? Napaindak ka ba?
Masaya po.
Ha?
Masaya po.
Yan, masaya. Kasi parang siya, 'di ba? Nakaka-groove yung kanyang tugtog. So, ano sa palagay mo anak yung meaning ng kanta? Naintindihan mo ba anak? Yung lyrics niya.
Parang hindi ko po maintindihan yung lyrics pero parang maging masaya sa buhay.
Ayan, pagiging masaya sa buhay. Thank you anak sa iyong sagot. Okay, so alam nyo ba ang sayaw na Dayang-Dayang ay isang variant ng sayaw ng tawag ay pakiring na sikat sa mga Muslim na taga Mindanao lalo na sa Sulu? Ang ibig sabihin ng salitang Dayang-Dayang ay princess of the first degree. Kung patatandin ninyo sa history, ang mga tao sa Sulu ay pinamumunuhan ng mga sultan. So pinaniniwalaan ng pangalan ng First Lady ng Sulu ay Haji Dayang-Dayang Piandao. So kaya marahil ang Dayang-Dayang ay sinasayaw in honor of the First Lady of Sulu na asawa ng sultan. Ngunit sa pagtagal ng panahon, sumikat ang Dayang-Dayang bilang isang sayaw na sinasayaw sa mga kasalan. Tapos yung lyrics na alam natin ngayon na hindi na yun yung original na lyrics ng kanta. So talagang hindi talaga siya maintindihan kasi napalitan na ito ng mga salitang hindi naintindihan ng sino man. So nagkaroon ito ng iba't ibang version sa iba't ibang lengguwahe tulad ng sa Ilocano, sa Cebuano, sa Waray at kung ano-ano pa. So sa Ilocano version nito, ang title ng kanta ay Narigat Iti Napili. Ito ang example ng lyrics sa Ilocano version nito. Ipakita nga natin, Sir Mark. Ayan. So yan yung lyrics nung kanta. So may ask dun sa Zoom kung sino yung gustong kumanta ng portion na ito ng Dayang-Dayang sa Ilocano. Ayan, meron pa dun sa Zoom. May I call on Alan Gabriel Andres na mag-unmute nga at subukan niya ngang awitin tong kantang to. Okay, Alan Gabriel, narinig mo ba ako anak?
Tikas sa pulam, maparagsak day tarik na. Hijay tay, agin kukuna, agin papakipot, agin pangina, isabat-sabat tarik na, uray awan itsura na, lunapintas tigandat na, mangilong aw ken kakinag may sa.
Ayan, naglaing ka talaga anak. Ayan, palakpakan tayo ni Alan Gabriel. Very good anak. So, sino iti makaited, iti kayap na sa uwin, dahito yung version, iti Ilocano, iti Dayang-Dayang. Yan, meron pa sa Zoom? Or sa atin na lang mga teachers, palagay ninyo, ano yung ibig sabihin ng lyrics na ito sa Ilocano? Ayan, nuni ayat ti kasapulam. Mamoli
Mamali, anong ibig sabihin nun?
Okay, so napakaliwanag naman ang ibig sabihin ng Monica. So kailangan daw na pag-ibig ang kailangan natin sa buhay para tayo ay magiging masaya, totally happy tayo. So, ure agin papakipot, ure agin papangina. Pero ang pinakaano niyan is kailangan love is always in the air.
Yes, Ma'am Ale, tignan mo naman yung lyrics niya, Uray awan itsura niya. Sabi niya, no napintas tigandat na, kung maganda naman daw yung kanyang pinapakita, may kabutihan siyang loob. Kaya 'di ba? Talaga namang love is blind.
Correct ka dyan.
Yan, thank you sa mga sagot ninyo. Okay, so nakita natin na ang kantang Dayang-Dayang pala ay originally galing sa Mindanao. Okay, so Ma'am Monica?
Okay, yes, Sir Joshua, talaga na ang galing ng ating student. Kuhang-kuha niya yung tono na atiw nakpay Ma'am Ale, madik ang muday nga kantain. Okay, so ang galing-galing. Ayan, marami na tayong natutunan. Yun palang ibig sabihin ng dayang-dayang. Kasi minsan, di ba, sa kasalan, may mga steps pala talaga ang tinatawag nating kantang dayang-dayang. Ayan naman, kaya ngayon naman, sa unang part pa lang tayo. So, it is an example of music from Mindanao. Yun ay yung dayang-dayang. At ito ang ating topic sa araw na ito, the music of Mindanao. But before that, let's take a look first at the geographic location and cultural background of Mindanao. Saan nga ba ito makakita? Anong mga probinsya ang kabilang rito? At anong kultura mayroon ang lugar na ito? So, makikita natin sa mapa. Okay, ang Mindanao ang ikatatlong pulo ng Pilipinas. Siyempre, may tatlo kasi yan. Una ang Luzon, Visayas, at Mindanao. At siya yung pangalawang pinakamalaki. Una dyan ang Luzon. At makikita rin natin na divide siya into 6 administrative regions, mainly Caraga Region, Northern Mindanao, Zamboanga Peninsula, ARM or Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao, Soxargen Region at Davao Region. Davao yung pinakamalaking rehiyon dito sa Mindanao. Siyempre, saan nakatira ang ating President, Ma'am Ale?
Siyempre, nandyan siya sa Mindanao, which is particular in Davao.
Yes, safe daw dyan. Okay, so let's now proceed. Mindanao, referred to as the island or the land of the promise. It is the second largest island in the Philippine archipelago. So bakit nga ba natin siya tinawag na the land of promise or ang lupang pinangako? Okay, so the land of promise kasi nga marami ditong mayaman ito sa likas na yaman. Maganda yung kanilang mga produkto, yung kanilang likas na mineral, kagaya naman ng langis, yan na matatagpuan natin sa Palawan. Ayan, makikita rin natin dito ang different tourist spots ng Mindanao. Ayan, Ma'am Ale, nakapunta ka na ba sa tourist spot sa Mindanao?
Actually, Ma'am Monica, wala pa akong napuntahan dyan. Hanggang sa panaginip pa lang muna ako.
Tanungin natin si Sir Joshua, baka nakabalog na siya dyan, Ma'am Ale.
Yes, ma'am. Marami na akong napuntahan dyan, ma'am. Napunta na ako sa Dinagat Island, sa Surigao, sa Butuan, sa Davao City.
Ayan.
Napasyalan ko na yung mga yan, ma'am. And sobrang ganda talaga ng lugar ng Mindanao.
Yes, sabi nga nila, once na makapunta ka daw doon, talagang mamahalin mo ang Mindanao. Ayan, ngayon naman, alamin na natin ang ating vocal music of Mindanao to be discussed by Ma'am Ale.
Okay, so bago yan, Ma'am Monica, gusto ko lang munang sabihin na ang Mindanao consists mostly Muslim or Moro people. It is also composed of ethnic group kagaya ng mga Tausug, Maranao at Bangigi, and yung mga indigenous tribe na nandoon known as Lumad.
Ma'am, bago yan, ma'am, may ipapaalala lang tayo sa mga students natin. Okay, so whatever you will hear and see today, mga anak, are the culture and practices of indigenous people in Mindanao. So wag sana natin pagtawanan or uyawin kung kanilang kultura at kasanayan. So there is this what we call Indigenous People Rights Act 1997 or Republic Act number 8371 of 1997, also known as an act to recognize, protect, and promote the rights of indigenous cultural communities or indigenous people, creating a National Commission on Indigenous Peoples, establishing its implementing mechanisms, appropriating funds therefore, and for other purposes. So, this act makes provision for the promotion and recognition of the rights of indigenous cultural communities, indigenous peoples, or ICCs and IPs with a view to preserve their culture, traditions, and institutions, and to ensure the equal protection and non-discrimination of members. So, kung ano yung mga maririnig at makikita natin, wag nating tatawanan kasi, or wag nating parang i-judge kasi yun yung kultura nila. Okay? I-appreciate natin. Yun talaga yung kailangan natin gawin. I-appreciate natin and i-promote natin yung kanilang kultura. Okay, Ma'am Ale?
Okay, tama ka dyan, Sir Joshua. Lahat tayo ay pantay-pantay ang karapatan. Regardless of your race. Okay, so ngayon naman tayo dadako sa vocal music of Mindanao. So ang vocal music ng Mindanao ay mostly chants or chanting. So ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin ng chants? Okay, so chants, a lyrical rendition of different improvised text and making a melodic sounds with voice only. So mamaya mapapakinggan ninyo yung mga iba't ibang examples ng mga chants for your understanding. Okay, syempre, so we have the different chants of Mindanao by the Yakan. So number 1, meron silang lugu. So chants that they use reading his, her Quran and other books, they use in his, her Islam or religion. So ibig sabihin nito, ito isang paraan ng kanilang pagkanta in reading their Quran. Ito yung kanilang Bible. Okay, number 2 is kalangan. Songs that they use for serenading his, her loved one. So ito yung song nila tungkol sa kanilang paghaharana. So harana song yan. And the number 3, sail or lunsay. An important chant to be sung by the wife-to-be during the ceremony that talks about married life. So napakahalaga itong song na ito during the ceremony of pamamanhikan. So may kanya-kanyang characteristics ang kanilang chants. Okay, at syempre meron ding halimbawa ng chants sa Mindanao by the Maranaos. So una is meron silang Dhikr. Ito yung sacred songs highlighted by quotation from the Quran and it is also example of that song ng mga Maranao. Okay, number 2 is yung bayok. Semi-generic term for a lyrical rendition of different improvised instruments. So pakinggan natin yung halimbawa ng mga songs.
Ito, ma'am, is example siya ng Dhikr, ma'am.
Okay, example ng Dhikr.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Yun, ma'am.
Okay, so yun yung halimbawa ng Dhikr song nila. Okay, syempre meron din silang vocal music na lullaby. Okay, so anong ibig sabihin ng lullaby? A chant style or chant formula used in rocking a baby or baby to sleep or yung paghele-hele sa bata or sa sanggol. So ang halimbawa ng kanilang lullaby ay Yaya. Is a song of yakans to put the baby to sleep, sung in a relaxed, slow manner, soft and soothing while rocking the baby para makatulog ka agad yung bata. So ating pakinggan yung halimbawa ng kanilang lullaby. Okay, so yun yung halimbawa ng kanyang lullaby. Yaya, nakakaantok nga talaga, di ba, Ma'am Monica? Okay, so that's all for the vocal music of Mindanao. So this time, let's go to the instrumental music of Mindanao. Sir Joshua, take it away.
Okay, so thank you, Ma'am Ale. So ngayon naman is pag-aralan natin ang instrumental music of Mindanao. So it is divided into 3 parts, yung bamboo ensemble, solo instruments, and kulintang. So unahin natin sa bamboo ensemble. So, there are two types of bamboo ensemble. Siyempre, alam na naman natin na ang bamboo ensemble, it is made of bamboo. So, many bamboo instruments were made for spiritual purposes, while some were also used for entertainment and personal expression. So, yung unang picture dyan na nakikita natin mga anak is yung tinatawag natin na gabbang. So, it is a native xylophone in Sulu, a bamboo keyboard on top constructed out of wood. Ordinarily, its main body is shaped like a coffin. And keys are struck with two mallets, each with a strip of rubber fastened to its underside. So, kung alam niyo yung lyre na tinutugtog ng mga kasali sa mga drum and lyre corps is parang ganun siya pero bamboo version. So, ganito yung tunog ng gabang. So, yun yung tunog ng gabang. So, pangalawa is yung tinatawag natin na serong gagandi. So, it is a guitar-like made of bamboo, cut before one nod and after next. So, two cords are slit loose side by side from the outer skin fibers of the bamboo itself, and these are given tensions by means of bridges. So, a hole is then cut into the bamboo just under the two cords to serve as a resounding hole. So, kung alam niyo yung gitara, parang ganun siya, pero ginawa lang siya sa bamboo. So, yun yung tinatawag natin na serong gagandi. Okay, so punta tayo sa mga solo instruments. So, una sa mga solo instruments natin is yung tinatawag na kudyapi. So, ito is string pluck lute instruments made of wood which resembles an elongated guitar, usually having 2 strings, and it varies in sizes, but normally it is about 1.5 meters long. So, ganito yung itsura ng kudyapi natin. Okay, paano ba yung tunog ng ating kudyapi? Panoorin natin to. Okay, so yan yung tunog ng ating kudyapi. Another is yung tinatawag natin na suling. So it is made mainly of tamyang bamboo, a long thin walled bamboo tube, and the mouthpiece of the suling is circled with a thin band made of rattan near a small hole. So para siyang bamboo flute na ginagamit ng mga Muslim. Okay, so ganito yung itsura ng suling natin. Okay? So, next naman is yung kulintang ensemble. Ito yung another ensemble ng mga taga Mindanao, yung kulintang. And ito yung pinaka-highlight na instrument ng mga taga Mindanao. So, when we say kulintang ensemble, it is a gong-based ensemble used by the Maguindanao and Maranao of Western Mindanao, the Tausug and Yakan, and the Samao Bajau of the Sulu archipelago. So they have varied functions but are mostly used for celebrations or rituals and are mainly divided into two types. So yung kulintangan and yung tahunggo agong salmagi blowon simagi. So when we say kulintangan, it is an ensemble of 6 to 8 hanging melody gongs in a row, hung on ropes in pyramidal order with the smaller and higher pitched gongs near the top. And yung tahunggo agong salmagi blowon simagi, it is a suspended gong ensembles in various names according to each tribe. Ensemble may be completed with 1 or 2 drums. So, okay, tignan natin itong setup ng kulintang ensemble ng mga taga Maranao or ng mga Maranao. So, ito yung kanilang kulintang ensemble. So, meron silang kulintang, yung nasa gitna. Yan yung merong 6 to 8 na gongs. Meron din silang agung. Ayan, yung nakasabit na mga malalaking mga dalawang parang malalaking kulintang. And meron silang dabakan. Yan yung pinaka-drum nila. Ayan, dabakan. And yung maliit doon is yun yung tinatawag na babandil. Ayan. So, lahat yan ay mga gongs na ang tawag sa mga taga Mindanao ay kulintang. Okay? So, ito naman yung sa Maguindanaon kulintang ensemble. So, mas maraming instruments. Nahaluan din yan ng mga bamboo instruments. So, same din sila doon sa kulintang ensemble ng Maranao. Meron silang kulintang, agong, dabakan, and babandil, and meron din silang flat version ng kulintang, yung tinatawag na gandingan. Ayan. And meron din silang mga bamboo instruments na andyan nakasali. Okay? So, yun yung kulintang ensemble ng Maguindanaon. So, mas marami. Okay, so tignan natin kung ano ba yung kulintang. So, ganito yung itsura ng kulintang in real life. Ayan. So, mga gong sila na parang merong mga puto or pandesal dun sa, or siopaw dun sa ibabaw. And yun yung pinupukpok para tumunog. Okay? So yan yung kulintang. So kulintang is an important social property. This instrument of the ensemble is a highly valued priceless heirloom, valued that can command a high price as dowry. So kapag meron kang kulintang doon sa Mindanao, parang mas mabilis kang, pag namamanhikan ka, parang mas mabilis kang makipag-usap doon sa nililigawan mo. Kasi pag meron kang ganito, ibig sabihin, mayaman ka. Okay? So the ownership of these instruments indicates high social status and cultivated taste. Ayan. So, I experienced playing kulintang when I was in Davao. So, talagang napakaganda ng tunog ng kulintang, and nasubukan ko din na magsuot ng kanilang kasuotan. That is a Maranao dress or Maranao attire. Ayan. So, pinasuot sa akin while playing the kulintang, and ramdam mo talaga na parang nasa Mindanao ka while playing the kulintang ensemble or the kulintang. Ayan. So, next is yung agong na tinatawag. So, tong agong naman, it is a large deep-rimmed gong vertically suspended hanging in wooden frame. So, para siyang bass drum, pero kulintang version siya. So, mas malalaking version siya. So, that is the agong. Okay? So, next is yung gandingan. So, it is a set of 4 narrow-rimmed gongs. So, mas manipis siya kaysa dun sa mga original na mga kulintang. Ayan. So, para siyang yung mga gangsa ng Cordillera, pero para meron lang din siyang puto dun sa gitna niya. Ayan. So, ganyan yung itsura ng gandingan. So, I also experienced playing gandingan when I was in Bacolod City. Ayan. So, pina-experience sa amin yung pagtugtog ng mga instruments sa kulintang ensemble. So, yan, nakikita ninyo sa screen. Okay? So, itong video na ipapanood ko sa inyo is an example ng tunog ng kulintang ensemble with an agong, kulintang, and dabakan. So, ako dyan yung tumutugtog ng dabakan. Okay, pakinggan natin. Okay, so yung parang version namin ng pagtugtog ng kulintang ensemble. Okay, so ito naman yung talagang original na version na pagtugtog sa kulintang ensemble using the Maguindanaon kulintang ensemble style. Okay, forward na lang natin to. That is the kulintang. And sinasabayan siya ng dabakan, babandil, agong, and gandingan. So, ganyan yung tunog nila. So, dito tayo sa next para mabilis tayo. And yun lang yung about sa instrumental music of Mindanao. Ma'am Monica?
Okay, talaga namang nakaka-inspire Ma'am Ali, kasi mismong si Sir Joshel na yung naka-experience, nakahawak ng mga instruments galing sa Mindanao. Kung makikita at maririnig rin natin, yung kulintang ay scale din yung kanyang pitch. Okay, from low to high yung kanyang pitch, magkakaiba rin siya. Okay, now, those are the vocal and instrumental music of Mindanao. Let us now proceed to the run-through of our learning activity sheets in music. Ayan, for activity 1, describe me directions. Listen to the music titled Maguindanao Bangsamoro. Then choose description of the elements based on the music selection. Write the letter of your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Activity 2, film viewing or music listening. Directions, search the link written below. Listen and observe carefully the music and the instruments being used in recording. So, ito yung hahanapin natin, Sanlibutan by ang grupong Pendong. So, ito na rin yung link. So, enumerate the instruments used in the recorded song. Ano kaya yung mga instruments na ginamit doon sa video na yon? And for activity number 3, analyze me. Okay, so focus on the musical element as you watch and listen to the video titled Wow Mindanao. So eto na rin yung link. Answer the following questions briefly but substantially. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. So these are the guide questions. And for activity number 4, My Concert. This will serve as your performance task. Watch and listen to the video titled Chabacano. This is the link. After watching the performance, use an instrument to accompany the song. Record your performance using a video or recording device or gadget and send it to your teacher.
Ayan. So in case that you cannot perform the song using an instrument, you may also perform a monologue, drawing or painting, dance, short film, or anything that you are good at. So kung ano yung talent mo, ipakita mo, but use the song Javacano as your background music. And just make sure that your performance is appropriate to appreciate the culture of Mindanao. So ito yung rubrics natin in your performance task. So the criteria are following directions, creativity and workmanship, and relativity to the culture of Mindanao. So 10 points if you follow the directions correctly, 8 points if you followed most of the directions, and 6 points if you followed some of the directions. Same dun sa creativity. If you displayed creativity in the entire performance, that's 10 points. 8 points if you displayed creativity in most part of the performance, and 6 points if you displayed creativity in some parts of the performance. And dun sa relativity to the culture of Mindanao, 10 points if the entire performance is relative to the culture of Mindanao. If most part of the performance is relative to the culture of Mindanao, that's 8 points, and 6 points if some part of the performance is relative to the culture of Mindanao. Monica?
Yes, Sir Joshua, malinaw ang ating activities, at syempre wag natin kakalimutan ang ating reflections, anong natutunan natin sa aralin natin sa music. Now, may we have a recap on what has been transpired in today's session with Ma'am Ale.
Okay, so let's have the recap or the wrap up of our lesson. So we have the vocal music of Mindanao. So meron silang chants mula sa Yakans, meron na example, Lugo, Kalangan, Sail, or Lunsay. Mula naman sa grupo ng mga Maranaos, meron silang Diker at Bayok. Siyempre, meron ding lullaby na example niyan is Yaya. And of course, meron din silang instrumental music of Mindanao like number 1, Bambo Ensemble, like yung Gabang and Serangagandi. Meron din silang solo instruments like Kudyapi and Suling, and of course, the Kulintang Ensemble na binubuo ng Kulintang, Agong at Gandingan.
Okay, yes, tama ka dyan, Ma'am Ale. Sa puntong ito, tignan naman natin kung merong mga natutunan ng ating mga students by enumerating the instruments found in this picture.
Ayan, so yung mga nasa Zoom, meron bang makakapagsabi kung ano yung mga instruments na nakikita natin sa picture? Ayan, kahit 3 lang, or actually 4 yung andyan. So anyone from the Zoom ang pwede makapagbigay ng mga instruments na makikita dyan sa picture na yan, mag-raise hand lang. Sir Mark, pwede pakicheck natin kung sa Zoom natin kung meron ba makakapagbigay.
Okay, at sa mga nanonood naman, syempre pwede nyo rin i-comment ang inyong mga kasagutan sa ating comment section. 3 or more instruments.
Ayan,
na
so naka-raise hand
nakita
na
natin.
si Sarah Litan sa Zoom. So, Sarah Lee, pwede mo bang enumerate kung ano yung mga instruments na makikita dun sa dyan sa picture na yan. So, maki-unmute lang, anak. Mag-unmute lang para bakan natin. Marinig natin. Ano yung mga instruments na nakita mo dyan? Unmute. Naka-mute ka pa rin, anak. Yan, sige.
Kulintang po.
Kulintang. Ano pa?
Lang po.
O, may kulintang. Yung kulintang is yung nasa gitna. Tama? O, yung dalawang nakasabit, ano yung tawag doon? Nakamute ka, anak. Yan, mag-unmute ka. Ayan, mukhang hindi na siya makapagsagot. So meron din nag-comment or nag-chat dun sa Zoom, si Roy Cesar Espiritu. So meron siyang tatlong na pangalanan, yung Kulintang, Gabang, and Agong. So tama ba siya, ma'am?
Yes, Sir Joshel, talaga namang ang galing ng student. Tama siya, di ba, Sir Ma'am Ale?
Yes, Ma'am Monica. Pero ang tamang sagot dyan is meron yung Kulintang, binubuo ng 8 gong na maliliit, Dabakan, Babandil, and yung
Agong.
Agong.
Ayan. So yan yung mga instruments. Okay, Ma'am Monica?
Okay, yes. Talaga namang may natutunan ng ating mga students. Siguro mahihina lang ang kanilang mga internet connection. Ayan, tapos ng ating aralin sa Music 7. Let us now proceed to the second part of our episode today. Ma'am Ale, ano nga bang ating objectives ng second part ng ating episode?
Okay, so what to expect today sa ating Art 7? So at the end also of this episode, the students of grade 7 are expected to analyze the elements and principles of art in the production of arts and crafts inspired by the art of Mindanao. Next, identify the different characteristics of arts and crafts in specific areas in Mindanao. And the last one, incorporate design, form, and concept of the art crafts and objects from Mindanao in your creation.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Ale. So, yan yung ating objective sa arts. Arts na tayo ha, tapos na tayo sa music. Kaya naman, wag kayong aalis dahil magiging mas masaya ang ating talakayan at mas marami pa tayong matututunan sa ating RBI airing. Enjoy listening!
Music, arts, physical education, and health. Mga aralin na dapat malaman, inyong tututukan dito sa Dance Radio. Ang istasyong magbibigay ng edukasyon kahit saan. Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Totonia Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela. Ang silid-aralan sa radyo. 106.3 DWDR-FM. WDR-FM. Dance Radio. Sa MAPEH, learning is amazing.
Good day, dear learners. I am glad to be with you in a 30-minute broadcast. I hope that you will enjoy our interesting topic. Please get your writing materials and learning activity sheets so we can start our lesson in Art 7.
These learning activity sheets provide you different activities that will help you become familiar with the topics on arts and crafts of Mindanao. Assistance of your parents, siblings, or relatives are encouraged in answering the learning activity sheets, particularly in the activities where you need to perform tasks.
Are you ready to start?
Yes, Ma'am. We are ready.
Good luck!
Let's have a short review on the arts and crafts of Mimaropa and Visayas Group of Island. What does Mimaropa stand for?
Ma'am, Mimaropa stand for Mi, Mindoro, Ma, Marinduque, Ro, Romblon, and Pa, Palawan.
You are right! What are the arts and crafts found in Mindoro?
Ma'am, ang bahan and basket of Iraya Mangyans are the arts and crafts of Mindoro.
That's correct! How about in Marinduque?
Ma'am, Moriones Festival is the arts in Marinduque.
That is right! What about in Romblon?
Ma'am, in And Romblon is known not only for its fine marble products, but also for the beautifully woven mats and bags out of Romblon plants.
Correct! How about in Palawan?
Ma'am, one of the most important ancient artifacts in the Philippines, Manunggul Jar of Palawan.
Amazing! How about in Visayas?
Ma'am, Visayas are known for their hablon and mat weaving, panubok embroidery, and Tiagaw Church.
Very good again! Elements and principles of arts are present in the different arts and crafts of Mimaropa and Visayas. Why are elements and principles of arts important?
Ma'am, elements and principles of arts are important because we can't create art without utilizing at least a few of them. It enables us to describe what an artist has done.
I like your answer. It also analyzes what is going on in a particular piece and communicate our thoughts and findings. Am I understood?
Yes, ma'am.
The lesson for today is planned for you to know the different arts and crafts in Mindanao. You are expected to create artwork showing the characteristics and elements of the arts of Mindanao. I'll be right back after this short break.
Pangarap? Droga?
Droga? Pangarap?
Pumili ka. Isa lang.
Dahil kapag nagdroga ka,
pangarap mo'y walang halaga.
pamilya, droga,
Droga? Pamilya?
Pumili ka. Isa lang.
dahil kapag nagdroga ka,
kinabukasan ng pamilya'y wasak na.
Buhay? Droga?
Droga? Buhay?
pumili ka, isa lang.
Pero pag nagdroga ka,
Buhay mo parang tinapos mo na.
Huwag gawin ang isang bagay na pagsisisihan.
isang paalala mula sa Doña Aurora National High School at ng himpilang ito.
Kayo nakikinig sa Arts Grade 7 kasama si Teacher Nina Jenny Sigiliano.
I'm back! I guess you are now ready for another learnings about the arts and crafts of Mindanao. This day, we will explore the arts of the people of Mindanao. To make our journey more exciting, a series of activities has been prepared for you to enjoy. At this time, let us listen to a short song about Mindanao, titled Philippine Geography.
Philippine Geography.
Here is the song.
Now let's go to the land of promise, the land of Mindanao. Bukidnon, Zamboanga, Misamis, Mambahaw, Butuan, Agusan, Surigao, Cagayan de Oro, Iligan, Osamis, and the three provinces of Davao, Davao Sur Oriental, del Norte, Cotabato, Lanao, Sulok, Tawi-Tawi.
You have just listened to a song titled Philippine Geography. How did the song describe Mindanao?
Ma'am, the song described Mindanao as the land of promise.
Very good! It is the second largest and southernmost island in the Philippine archipelago. What are the places mentioned in the song?
Ma'am, the places mentioned in the song are Bukidnon, Sambuanga, Misamis, Mambahaw, Butuan, Agusan, Surigao, Cagayan de Oro, Iligan, and Osamis.
You are very smart. What else?
Ma'am, there are 3 provinces of Davao. And these are Davao del Sur, Davao Oriental, and Davao del Norte.
That is right. Any more places that was mentioned in this song?
Ma'am, Cotabato, Lanao, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi.
You get it right. The Philippine Archipelago's second largest island, Mindanao, is known as the land of the promise. Mindanao also has the most ethno-linguistic communities and is the most culturally diverse island in the Philippines. Let us start with their attire, textiles, and tapestries. Here are the traditional clothing of the people in Mindanao. First is the traditional clothing of the Bilaan. They are known for embroidery, brass ornaments, and beadworks that are integrated in their traditional clothing. Second, for Bagobo, the ceremonial attire of the Bagobos is elaborated. They make these clothes from special textile woven from abaca fibers called tinalak. Are you familiar with tinalak of Bagobo?
Yes, ma'am. Tinalak of Bagobo is woven from deep brown abaca treated in the ikat process to obtain intricate designs.
Very good. Only the women are allowed to weave this fabric. Let's move on to the third, which is the tiboli.
The Tiboli, ma'am?
Yes, hand-woven, which traditionally has 3 primary colors: red, black, and the original color of the abaca leaves, elaborately dyed, called ikat.
Ikat.
Abaca cloth which designs is dreamt by the weaver. They have also their tinalak. Why do you think tinalak of Tivoli is considered sacred?
Ma'am, the Tiboli consider the tinalak as sacred because the weavers believe that their ancestors visit them in their dreams to teach them the designs and patterns that they have to weave.
Very good! Let's move on to the fourth, which is the yakan.
Yakan, ma'am?
Yes. The yakan fabrics are traditionally used as garments. Yakan hand-loom fabrics are known for their use of bold colors and geometric patterns. And finally, the fifth one is the Maranao.
Maranao, ma'am?
Yes. Maranao means people of the lake, referring to the people occupying the lands surroundings with Lake Lanao, known for their malong, a multiple-purpose garment worn by the different group of Mindanao. Who among you have malong at home?
Ma'am, I have malong at home.
How will you describe malong?
Ma'am, malong is a traditional Filipino tube skirt that is made of hand-woven or machine-made multicolored cotton cloth bearing a variety of geometric or floral designs.
Very good! Malong is very useful, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Especially for women. They wear it as a skirt, dress, blouse, or a gown. It can be used as a hammock, a basket, a sleeping bag, bathrobe, or a baby carriage. At this time, we are going to listen a song titled Wow Mindanao.
Wow, Mindanao!
Here is the music.
Wow! 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 Mindanao!
Dito ang mga tao bumabati na may ngiti sa labi. Wow! Mindanao!
Halina, sumayaw sa tugtog ng kulinta. Sa tunog ng tambol na tila ay naghabol. Halina, halika, halina't magsaya.
Durian ng Tamamare!
Tula ng Jensen pare. Ngiti ng Cagayanon. Malamig pa rin sa Maguindanao. Mag-surfing ka sa Siargao.
Sumakay ng binta sa Zamboanga.
Mamasyal ka kahit saan sa resorts na sa Malayla. Akyatin mo ang Mang-amo, abutin mo ang tuktok nito.
Mamili ng perlas sa hulo.
Isuot malong ng Cotabato.
Wow!
Wow! Wow! Mindanao!
Kayo nakikinig sa Arts Grade 7. Kasama si Teacher Nina Jenny C. Guillermo.
You have just listened to a song titled Wow Mindanao. Tell something about the song.
Ma'am, they mentioned from the song some beautiful places to visit, fruits to eat, culture and arts in Mindanao.
You made me smile for today. Let us proceed to their crops and architecture. Let's start for their crops. First is okir.
Okir, ma'am?
Yes, okir refers to traditional and unique curving and prominent to any design among the Moro ethno-linguistic communities. Second, the sarimanok. Tell something about the sarimanok.
Ma'am, I know the sarimanok. It is a rooster-like figure with colorful wings and feathered tail, holding a fish on its beak or talons.
You are correct. The head is profusely decorated with scroll, leaf, and spiral motifs. It is said to be a symbol of good fortune. Next is their architecture. Are you familiar with their architecture?
Yes, ma'am.
Who can give an example of it?
Ma'am, the examples are Torogan and Panolo.
Wow, very good. What is Torogan?
Ma'am, Torogan is the ancestral house of the upper class Maranao.
Great! It is the dwelling place of the Datu along with his wives and children. How about the Panolo?
Ma'am, panolong is a wing-like ornament of Torogan flaring out from the beams.
Perfect! This okir curving usually features the raga or serpent, pakarabong or stylized fern, as well as floral and star and bud motifs. At this time, let us proceed to sculpture and functional arts of Mindanao. Let's identify them. In terms of their sculpture, Mindanao is known for their maitum jar.
Maitum jar, ma'am?
Yes, maitum jar is an earthenware vessel for secondary burial from Sarangani province. Their functional art like balangay and vinta are common to their place. What is the difference between balangay and vinta?
Ma'am, balangay is a large wooden boat used by the pre-colonial Filipinos to traverse the seas for trade or migration, while Venta is a boat traditionally made by the Badjaus who live in the Sulu archipelago. It consists several colors and geometric shapes, representing the colorful culture and history of the Muslim people.
Exactly! These boats are small and not meant to be used for long ocean travel. They are used for livelihood activities such as fishing, diving for pearls, and transportation around archipelago. Before we continue, let us have a short break.
Wow, anak! Ang ganda naman ng painting mo.
Talaga ba, nanay? Pinaghirapan ko pa pong gawin ito.
Siyempre, anak. Elementarya ka pa lang, nakitaan na kita ng talento sa pagguhit. Lalo ka pang gumaling ngayon. Nasa junior high school ka na.
Kumare!
Oh, Mare, napasyal ka. Halika, tuloy ka.
Napadaan lang ako, Mare. Oh, nagpipinta pala tong inaanak ko?
Ay, oo naman, Mare. Tingnan mo ang artwork niya. Nakaka-amaze, di ba?
Aba, kitang-kitang pagiging creative ng inaanak ko ah. Napakaganda at napakagaling mo naman. Ipagpatuloy mo yan.
Saan pa ba magmamana yan? Siyempre, sa nanay. Talento? Huwag itago. Ipakita, ibahagi at linangin ito. Sa inyong kinabukasan ay magagamit ito.
Kayo nakikinig sa Arts Grade 7. Kasama si Teacher Nina Jenny Sigilian.
I'm back! At this time, open your learning activity sheets on page 2. Activity 1 titled, Click the Gallery.
Click the gallery.
Directions. You are expected to identify the following pictures that show different arts and crafts in Mindanao. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. Let us answer item number 1. The first picture shows a rooster-like figure with colorful wings and feathered tail holding a fish on its beak or talons. What is your answer?
Ma'am, the answer is sari-manok.
Correct! Do the remaining item in your most convenient time after the broadcast. Let us proceed to activity 2, titled, My Dream Design.
My dream design.
Directions. You are expected to develop a textile pattern that resembles the tinalak design and depicts an image from your dream. On a separate sheet of paper, draw using red, white, and black colors. Once you have finished, write 3 to 5 sentences summary of your own tinalak style. Next activity. Activity number 3, titled My Paper Vinta. Directions. You are expected to use ordinary materials like paper art. Create a miniature vinta using your own color combination and pattern. Paste your output on a separate sheet of paper. See the rubrics on page 2 as your basis. Do all the activities in your most convenient time after the broadcast. Before we end our lesson for today, let me check if you really understood the lesson. What have you acquired from the lesson?
Ma'am, traditional clothing of Bilaan. Bagobos Tinala, Tibolis Tinala, Yakan's Textiles, and Maranao's Malong.
Very good! How about their crafts and architecture?
Ma'am, their crops include okir and sari manok. And for their architectures are the torogan and panolong.
Very good! What are these sculpture and functional arts?
Ma'am, for the sculpture, they are known for the Maitong jar. And for the functional arts, they are famous for their balangay and wintang.
Correct! For your last activity, the reflection part. Based from what you have learned from our lesson, what is the impact of it in your life as Filipino?
Ma'am, I learned that the arts and crafts in Mindanao, no doubt, an art form that Filipinos could be proud of. It is truly an art Filipinos could call their own. Their designs of okir, torogan, and sari manok, among others, stand along as one of the high-quality Asian folk arts.
Correct! What makes design important in our lives?
Ma'am, the design is also a means to convey a group's values and traditions.
I like your answer! You have just learned some of the different attire, textiles, crafts, architectures, sculpture, and functional arts of Mindanao.
That's all for today, my dear learners. I hope you have learned a lot from our discussion
in Art 7. I hope you get something informative from the discussion.
Do not forget to message your respective MAPEH teachers through their mobile phones or messenger chats if you have questions. I would like to acknowledge the teachers behind this RBI lesson. Teacher Robbie Rose P. Manera, our script writer. Teacher Dante N. Hulaton, our content editor. Teacher Jorlene B. Munar, our language editor. Teacher Arnel V. Lagasca, our technical specialist. And our overall quality assurance team, Ma'am Jacqueline L. Partible, Head Teacher 3 of the Filipino Learning Area. Sir Ferdinand G. Del Rosario, Head Teacher 3 of ESP Learning Area. Ma'am Emily C. Valenzuela, Head Teacher 3 of the Araling Panlipunan Learning Area. Sir Leonidas C. Bernardo, Head Teacher 3 of the MAPEH Learning Area. And Dr. Rodrigo V. Pascua, Chief Education Supervisor and Officer in charge of the school. This is your radio teacher, Teacher Nina Genesis Guillermo,
saying every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once we grow up. By Pablo Picasso.
Thank you everyone and goodbye. Coming up next is our RBI live discussion.
Music, arts, physical education, and health.
Okay, hello! So atin nga napag-aralan ng pakinggan ang ating RBI sa Arts. Ngayon naman, atin munang balikan ang ating nakaraang aralin sa Arts 7. Ano kaya yun, Ma'am Ale?
Okay, so this time, let's have a short review doon sa ating nakaraang lesson sa Arts 7 natin. So last quarter, napag-aralan natin ang tungkol sa arts and crafts of Mimaropa and Bisaya. So tignan nga natin kung may naiwan pang mga kaalaman sa pamamagitan ng gawaing ito. So, meron akong ipapakitang picture. Paki-identify na lang. You're going to identify the picture to be show and tell which place this originated. Okay. So, for picture number 1, yan, makikita natin ang isang napakalaki at napakagandang simbahan. So, Ma'am Monica, ano sa palagay mo ang simbahan na yan?
Okay, so ang church na to ay ang Sablayan Church na matatagpuan sa Mindoro. Let's proceed to number 2.
Okay, tama. So, picture number 2, makikita natin dyan mga kalalakihan na punong-puno ng tattoo sa buong katawan. So, ano sa palagay ninyo kung ano yang picture na yan?
Okay, so ang picture na to ay ang pintados na matatagpuan sa... Saan kaya matatagpuan? Ang pintados, makikita natin talagang buong katawan nila. Ayan, may mga pintura na matatagpuan sa Visayas.
Okay. And for picture number 3, yan, makikita natin ang isang jar na kung saan sa taas niya o yung takip ng jar, meron tayong makikitang dalawang human figure na parang naglalayag. So, ano sa palagay ninyo kung ano yung jar na yan?
Yes, yan ay ang manunggol jar ng Palawan.
Okay, correct.
Okay, so tapos na nga ang ating review. Kaya naman mag-proceed na tayo sa Arts and Crafts ng Mindanao. Okay, so bago natin, uulitin lang natin kanina yung sinabi ni Sir Joshel na meron tayong Republic Act number 8371 of 1997. Of course, we should respect each other's culture. Okay, Ma'am Ale. So, ano nga bang ating pag-aaralan ngayon?
Okay, so ang ating pag-aaralan ngayon ay tungkol sa Arts and Crafts of Mindanao.
Yes, tama ka dyan, Ma'am Ale. At unahin na natin ang Islamic Cultural Groups. Ano-ano nga ba ang ating Islamic Cultural Groups? We have the Badjao, Sulu. Ayan si Miss Badjao na tinatawag nila. Sumikat siya, di ba? Nakilala si Miss Badjao. Ayan, Badjao Girl. Samal Sulu, Tausog Sulu. Ayan. Next, Yakan sa Basilan. At we have the non-Islam cultural groups. So, these are the non-Islam na bilaan na matatagpuan sa Davao Gulf. Next, Bagobo, Davao Gulf and Davao Region. Next, Mandaya, matatagpuan ulit sa Davao. Next, Calagan, Davao Gulf. Mansaka, Davao Region. Matigsalog ng Bukidnon. Manobo na matatagpuan sa Bukidnon, Agusan del Sur, Cotabato. Subanon, Zamboanga Peninsula. Tiruray, Socsargen Region. Tiboli, South Cotabato. At yon ang ating mga non-Islamic and Islamic cultural groups. Okay, so pag-aaralan na rin natin ang ating Arts and Crafts of Mindanao. Ma'am Ale.
Okay, so ayan, nakilala natin yung mga iba't ibang ethnic and indigenous tribe ng Mindanao. So this time, let's move on to the attire, textile, and tapestries of Mindanao, particular in Bilaan, Bagobo, Tiboli, and Yakan. So kung papansinin ninyo dyan sa screen natin, they are using different styles and techniques in designing, applying the elements and principles of design. And then take notes through the traditional clothings or textiles ng bawat grupo, nakikilala ang bawat isa. So dyan sila nagiging famous. Okay, unahin natin ang Bilaan or bilaan mula sa derived word na bila na ang ibig sabihin na house and an na ang ibig sabihin ay people. It is an ethno-linguistic group that inhabits some parts of Cotabato and Davao del Norte. Del Sur. Okay. So makikita natin diyan yung mga designs nila mostly doon sa geometrical figure at titignan ninyo napaka-complicated, napaka-unique Napakaganda, colorful ang kanilang designs. At yung design nila mostly geometrical shapes intermingled with horizontal and vertical lines. And then, napapansin ninyo, the Bilaan are known for their embroidery, brass ornaments, and bead work. So, yun, beads ang nagpapaganda sa kanilang ang gawain. And then, nakikita din natin yan is a belt para sa mga babae na kung saan may mga nakabitin na mga beads. Yan. Okay, next is from the group of Bagobos. These are group of people that live in Davao. Okay, so meron silang pinagmamalaking ethnic pride na tinatawag nilang tinalak. Is a woven from deep brown abaca treated in the ikat process to obtain intricate designs. Okay, so yan. Yung design nila is more on geometrical figures also. Color brown. Okay. The next is from the group of Tiboli. They live in and around Lake Cebu in South Cotabato. So kung papansinin ninyo, same design din sila pero in different colors lang po ang labanan nila. They're also using beads para sa decorative designs ng kanilang kasuotan. So, geometrical figure intermingled with vertical and horizontal line. And then, paano yung ginagawa nilang process sa kanilang paghahabi ng tela? Meron silang tinatawag na ikat weaving. Ito yung kinukulayan nila muna bago nila gawin. And then, take note sa paggawa ng ikat weaving, kailangan natin ng napakaraming patience and creativity kasi nakikita niyo man kung paano gagawin yan is handmade weaving. Okay. The Tiboli hand-woven wreaths traditionally has three primary colors, the red, black, and the original color of the abaca leaves, elaborately tie-dyed abaca cloth. Oh, ayan.
Tapos, ma'am, parang pinapanaginipan nila yung design, ma'am.
Yes, parang bago sila mag-design, pinapanaginipan muna nila. Okay. So, meron din silang napaka-famous na silang dulay. Ito yung famous Tiboli Dream Weaver. Okay. Next naman mula sa grupo ng mga yakan is a handloom fabric known for their use of bold colors and geometric patterns. Ayan yung mga design nila. So makikita ninyo yung mga buttons nila made of gold and silver. And then yung skirt nila, meron silang design na floral design and geometric figures. And meron silang head kerchief na ginagamit. Okay, next one is from the Maranao's group. So Maranao means people of the lake. So ayan, nakikita ninyo, sikat na traditional malong na kung saan ito is a tube skirt or wrap-up skirt that is made of hand-woven or machine-made multicolored cotton cloth. So kung papansin niyo yung picture, yan ay isang sayaw na may connection dun sa malong na ang tawag nila is sambi malong. So anong makikita ninyo dun sa sayaw? The dance utilizes the many ways of wearing the malong. So maraming paraan kung paano ginagamit ang malong. Ayan. Okay, the next one is the crops of Mindanao. So ano-ano nga ba yung mga crops of Mindanao? So meron silang okir, refers to the traditional and unique carving and prominent to any designs among the Moro. So kung papansinin ninyo yung design nila is parang mayroong image ng bird. Ayan. Ayan, yung mas maliwanag. Okay. And then, meron silang ipinagmamalaking sari, manok, or ito yung legendary bird of the Maranao. It is a rooster-like figure with colorful wings and feathered tail holding a fish on its beaks or talon. The head of the sari manok is profusely decorated with scroll, leaf, and spiral motif. So actually, itong sari manok na ito, in the year 1993, ginawang station ID ng ABS-CBN. Naalala ko yun nung bata. Okay. So, that's all for the textile, tapestries, and of Mindanao. So this time, let's have the architecture and sculpture. So Sir
Okay.
Joshua, take it away.
Okay, so dito naman tayo sa architecture and sculpture of Mindanao. So una rito yung tinatawag natin na Torogan. It is a ancestral house of the upper class Maranao. So yung mga nakatira rito is yung mga leaders ng mga barangay ng kwan dun sa ng mga Maranao. So yung mga parang pinaka kapitan nila ganyan, parang
Sultan,
ganyan yung kwan.
Dato.
Yung sultan, yung dato, yun yung nakatira sa Torogan, okay? So ganito yung itsura ng Torogan. So para siyang naka elevated siya sa ground. Meron siyang mga paa tapos elevated siya sa ground. So I myself nagkaroon ako ng chance na makapag-picture sa isang parang duplicate, parang yung anong tawag doon, parang replica ng Torogan. Okay, so yan yung example ng Torogan. So hindi talaga siya nakadikit sa ground, kundi elevated siya. Ayan. So ang Torogan is designed siya na merong tinatawag na panolong. Okay, so a panolong is a wing-like ornament o Torogan flaring out from the beams. So kung maalala nyo yung okir kanina, pag pinagsama-sama mo yung mga yon, tapos nilagay na dun sa tinatawag natin na Torogan. Okay? So, yun na yung tinatawag natin na panolong. Yung nakalagay na dun sa mga Torogan natin. Ayan. So, ganyan yung itsura ng mga panolong. Ayan. So, under sculpture din siya. Parang inuukit yung mga design. So, yan yung parang picture ko din na merong dun sa background ko yung mga panolong. Ayan. Then, next is yung maitum jar. So, this is also an sculpture from the Mindanao. So, it is an earthenware vessel for secondary burial from Sarangani province. So, kung ang mga taga Palawan ay meron silang tinatawag na manunggol jar, ang mga taga Sarangani province naman ay meron silang tinatawag na maitum jar. Yan din yung parang ginagawa nilang parang mga libingan din ng mga mahal nila sa buhay. Okay? So, next is punta tayo dun sa paki-next, Sir Mark. Ayan, yung mga functional arts natin. Okay, ano yung mga iba't ibang mga functional arts natin? So, meron tayong balanghay and vinta. So, the balanghay is also known as balangay or pakibalik dun, sir. Ayan, the balangay or abutuan boat. It's a large wooden boat used by the pre-colonial Filipinos to traverse the seas for trade or immigration. And archaeologists found parts of the balangay in Butuan City in 1976. These artifacts are dated from anywhere between 320 to 1,250 CE, and they are estimated to measure 15 meters long and 3 to 4 meters wide. So yun yung balanghay. And meron din silang tinatawag na vinta or the boat that is traditionally made by the Badjaos who live in the Sulu archipelago. So the shell consists of several colors and geometric shapes representing the colorful culture and history of the Muslim people. Okay, so tignan natin yung itsura ng balanghay. Okay, so ganyan yung itsura ng balanghay. So bangka siya na parang ginagawang mga bahay, kaya siya tinawag na balanghay. So parang dyan na rin nakatira yung mga tao nung sinaunang panahon, and ginagamit din nila for trading. So hanggang ngayon is meron pa rin mga balanghay na ginagamit dun sa Mindanao na nagta-travel from Surigao City to Dinagat Islands. Ayan, so nakalimutan ko na kasi yung tawag doon, pero meron din silang mga ginagamit na mga parang bangka siya, pero mas malalaking version ng bangka. Yung nga sabi kanina, 15 meters long and 3 to 4 meters wide. Ayan, so yun yung balangay. And next is yung vinta. Ganito yung itsura ng vinta. Parang ginagawa yan ng mga badyaw dun sa Sulu. Ayan, so that are the functional arts from Mindanao. Next, sir. Monica.
Okay, so at talaga namang ang haba ng ating napag-aralan ngayong umaga. Umaga pa ba? Okay, now let's proceed to the run-through of our learning activity sheets. Activity 1, click the gallery directions. Identify the following picture that shows different arts and crafts in Mindanao. Write the answer on a separate sheet of paper. And for activity number 2, My Dream Design. Develop a textile pattern that resembles the tinalak design and depicts an image from your dream. On a separate sheet of paper, draw using red, white, and black coloring colors. So, 3 kulay lang. Once you finish, write a 3 to 5 sentence summary of your own tinalak style. And for activity number 3, paper vinta, ito yung magiging performance task nyo. Using ordinary materials, kagaya ng papel, create a miniature vinta using your own color combination and pattern. Paste your output on a separate sheets of paper. Ayan, mahilig kayong gumawa ng mga bangka-bangka, di ba? Gawin nyo to paper vinta. Rubrics, creativity, 20 points. Use of elements of arts, 15 points. Craftsmanship, 15 points. Total of 50 points. And do not forget to answer the reflection. Make a brief reflection on what you have learned and experienced in the lesson. Write your answer on a separate sheets of paper. Ngayon naman ay atin nang babalikan kung ano ang napag-aralan natin ngayong umaga.
Okay, so sa ating wrap up, so sa mga tire and textile natin, from the bilaan, from the bagobo, yung tinalak, from the yakan, yung mga fabric nila, and yung mga tiboli. Ayan, and sa Maranao, yung pinakasikat nilang mga malong. Okay, next sir. Yung mga crafts and body ornaments, so yung sarimanok, yung okir, and yung face makeup na ginagawa ng mga yakan group. And sa architecture and sculpture, yung torogan, panolong, and maitumjar. And yung functional arts natin, yung balanghay, and yung vinta. So yan yung mga napag-aralan natin ngayong araw na ito. Ma'am Monica?
Yes, Sir Joshua. So as Filipinos residing from Luzon, how can we promote the music, arts, and crafts of Mindanao? So as teacher, syempre, paano natin ipropromote? By teaching it to our learners. Syempre, sa mga learners naman natin, yung mga talents natin, kagaya ng pagtugtog ng mga instruments. Ayan, gumamit tayo ng mga instruments ng mga Mindanao, kahit mga replica, yung mga arts nila. And then, i-post natin sa Facebook, sa TikTok, kaya nga usong-uso ngayon yung mga TikTok, ang daming nagiging trending dyan sa TikTok na yan. Okay, Ma'am Ale, ikaw, paano tayo makakapag-promote?
Okay, so kagaya din ang sinabi mo, kailangan ipakilala natin sa iba yung ating sariling atin because it helps us build bridges between cultures.
Ayan, yes. How about Sir Joshel?
Okay, so bilang isang Pilipino na naninirahan dito sa Luzon, so paano natin ipopromote yung mga music, arts, and crafts of Mindanao? Siyempre, hindi natin yan maipopromote kung hindi natin ma-experience. So, kung mangangarap man tayo na mag-travel, unahin muna natin na mag-travel dito sa Pilipinas. Okay, so puntahan natin sa Mindanao, maraming mga magagandang mga tanawin dyan and ma-appreciate talaga natin yung kanilang mga kultura dyan sa Mindanao, and makikita natin na dun sa Mindanao pala hindi talaga nakakatakot doon kasi yun yung mindset natin, di ba? Nakakatakot sa Mindanao, may gera, ganyan, pero hindi talaga nakakatakot doon. Tama yung sinasabi nila na safe ka pag nasa Mindanao ka, and talagang ma-appreciate mo yung mga parang mga arts, music, arts, and crafts nila sa Mindanao. Ma'am Monica?
Okay, yes, Sir Joshel. Sabi nga nila, tangkilikin ang sariling atin. Ayan. Tapos na ang ating full pack episode ng MAPEH Quest ngayong araw na ito. Inaasahan namin na marami kayong natutunan ngayong araw dahil napakarami rin ng ating tinalakay. On behalf of our fellow grade 7 teachers and our technical specialists who is with us today, Sir Mark D. Bagamaspad, we would like to leave you a quote from Albert Nicolas. Wala kang mararating kung wala kang pupuntahan. Ayan, so kailangan nating mag-travel para may marating tayo. Ayan, thank you for joining us today. See you again next time on MAPEH Quest. Sa MAPEH, learning is more amazing.
Bye-bye po. Thank you sa mga nag-join sa Zoom, mga anak. Thank you po.
Music, arts, physical education, and health. Mga aralin na dapat malaman, inyong tututukan dito sa 106.3 Dance Radio, ang istasyong magbibigay ng edukasyon kahit saan man at ang silid-aralan sa radyo 106.3 DWDR-FM. Sa MAPEH, learning is amazing! Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan, ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit sa